Alright, so I shuffled the deck. Let's see what cards we get for the collective. First up, we got Waterfall, Effortless, Lake and Stillness, so far a lot of water. Then we got the Divine Matrix. This is all about synchronicity, right? The divine godliness. And then we got Ancestral Realm, which this is about clearing the lineage, boundaries, karmic releases. So what I'm getting so far is that the collective is going through a lot of emotional release, a lot of emotional detox, which makes sense because all this water energy, especially all this Scorpio energy, the eclipse energy, back to back to back, it's dealing with a lot of emotions as well as a lot of dark side of the moon, shadow work type things, where this is dealing a lot with personal worth, your belief system within yourself, relationships, how you feel about your relationships, your unions, your friendships, yourself, and a lot of things just being brought up that you might have been struggling with for a while or might have been pushing off to the side that's coming up, and it's kind of like you can't avoid it anymore. And then we got healing. We got surrender, and we got heart chakra. Like, I can't make this up. There is a lot of emotional things that you are ready to surrender to so that you can start new, so that you can really migrate out of a scarcity mindset, migrate out of lack, out of just being in your bag. Now you really have an opportunity here to really see your truth, really see your power, and move with flow, move with effortlessness, right? Where you're not just letting things happen to you, you are trying to understand it, you're trying to dissect it, you're trying to get through it because you are ready to get past the past. You want to be in more peace, more wholeness, and I love this for y'all, especially me. Then let's see what we got in the tarot. We got Nine of Wands, resilience, pushing through, persistence. We got Two of Swords, difficult choices, indecisions, and crossroads. So this might also be playing a very big role in why you are struggling, why a lot of these things that's coming up is feeling hard. You feel like it's a struggle, right? It's because maybe your mind and your heart isn't on the same page, or your heart and your spirit or your mind, all three of them might not be on the same page, right? And you're going through like this kind of tug of war type of energy. And it's okay. You don't always have to have a clear-cut answer. A lot of the times it's because there's something that you need to learn first, something that you need to be honest with yourself about first before that clarity could come to you. As well as there might be something that you are ready to heal, let go of, again, surrender, right? Until you can actually start to gain that clarity and know how to move forward. So I feel like that's where the karmic card comes in, right? You have a doorway here. You have an opportunity here to really understand something about yourself and why you've been perceiving people in the world the way that you have for the while that you have, why you are triggered in certain types of ways, and why you keep having certain things repeat. Big emphasis on repeat. So what is it? How can you really get to the bottom of this? How can you go deep into your cellular tissue and really try to understand what you've been avoiding, what you've been rejecting? For some of y'all, I feel like you aren't letting good things happen to you because you're more focused on your past, and you're more focused on, well, the other shoe is always dropping, so I'm gonna just keep expecting the shoe to drop. Where it's like, of course the shoe is always gonna drop, but that doesn't determine whether you are living a life that you desire versus life just always being effed up, because that's not what it is. Things are always going to happen that you don't like, but that does not mean that you can't still enjoy your life. That means you can't still allow yourself to have good things, or that you should always anticipate something going wrong, because as you should always anticipate and prepare yourself, that isn't rejection. No's and redirections isn't necessarily rejection. Sometimes it's just bringing you to a different path. And I feel like that's where, for some of y'all, where you're really being called to understand, like, synchronicity is still a thing regardless of it being bad things or good things, right? Because you could have a streak of shoes falling, right? But that doesn't mean necessarily that things are going bad for you. It just means that there's a lesson that you haven't quite understood yet. So what is it that you are holding yourself back from feeling. I know for me personally, like, especially once I got my aura photos done, I really couldn't avoid it anymore. But it's like, hence the pink. I've been in a whole heart chakra phase because spirit, everything keeps telling me to open up my heart. And it's like, it's the crazy realization of like, how can you be so full of love, so giving, but yet still closed off? So I think one of those things is that we don't realize how just because we do a lot of things, we give a lot of things, or we operate out of a certain type of way, we don't realize the areas that we are closed off. And that is why some of us still struggle to break past the past. You could be an amazing person and still be closed off. You could be an amazing person and still give love. You could be an amazing person and still have blockages, still have obstacles that you are not allowing yourself to be yourself, to be your best self, to be your greatest self, or to accomplish all the things that you want to manifest and that you desire. So surrender. Let yourself have the things that you are ready for and stop talking yourself out of it. Let yourself heal. Let yourself move forward with grace and trust. Wholeness.